and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for all the toy news, action figure news of the week that interest me, that hopefully interests you. We got a big week of toy news to dive through and digest through this week, and a lot of stuff going on, so let's get down to it. Let's start with a little housekeeping. Got to thank our friends, jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. And don't forget Patreon this month. All the stuff early over there on Patreon. Both my YouTube channels, the podcast, you get early access to that. You get all the glamour shots from all the videos. You do get a monthly bonus. You get giveaways, all that kind of stuff. Best way to support the channel. And this month, giving away 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures over there from our friend over there, Todd McFarlane on the couch. So check out the Patreon to support the channel. And a lot of stuff going around right now as we're nearing the episode 300 of the toy news here at the end of the month. Conveniently enough, that does align with the 6-year anniversary of this YouTube channel. So we'll do a giveaway around that as well. So stay tuned, follow me on social media, all that kind of fun stuff along the way. But a lot going on right now. And a lot going on in action figures. You guys know how it is. And I should mention, got my green on for St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day just a couple days away. Did a little St. Patrick's Day themed episode, kind of, Todd, for the podcast this week. So make sure you're checking that out as well. But I figured I'd wear green. It's close enough. It's close enough. How about that? But a lot of stuff to digest, a lot of stuff to get into. So let's kick it off. And let's start with a little bit of what's going on. How about Mattel? Yesterday, I did do a special toy news on the Mattel Creations Forum announcements for the month of March. So a little bonus toy news, if you want to call it, yesterday on Friday the 13th. So check out that video if you missed it. But we're not done talking Mattel, as some people know that follow my social media or follow Mattel's Creations social media. We did see this Thursday, March 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific. It is Mattel Creations revealed, and yours truly will be in the house for that play next week. So if you're hanging at the Rainbow, you might see me out there with the Lemmy statue. I'll just be at his feet crying, just saying I miss you. You know how it goes, but I will be out in California next week for Mattel Revealed. So make sure you're saying hi if you see me out there, I guess. But more importantly, make sure you're watching Mattel Creations Revealed next Thursday, March 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Set your calendars out there. A lot of good stuff I am sure will be shown. Can't wait to see it live and in person. So check that out next week. But this week we also saw Target Haulathon, the beginnings. People are already starting to find stuff at stores. We'll be going onto the Target website, I believe, starting next week. But it should be a good month for Target if you're looking for some of these action figures from NECA, as we know each and every single year. We also saw, speaking of March 19th, Walmart Collector Con next week. We're going to have Street Fighter. We're going to have some He-Man stuff. All the usual suspects over there, except Marvel Legends, apparently. And we'll get more into that later in this video. But a lot of stuff. Get your wallet ready. If you're like me, it's spring break week next week. That's always an expensive week anyways. But we'll see what ends up happening, what shakes out from all of this. So get ready, get your wallets ready. A big week between Haulathon, Creations, Revealed, and I have to imagine Ringside Collectibles will have some pre-orders as well, maybe around this. We'll see what ends up happening. We did see Danhausen. I guess let's follow up from last week a little bit. Very Danhausen heavy, not so heavy this week, except he did get a big shots coming around the corner. So he was calling for it on social media. Danhausen, what he asked for, apparently he gets. We'll see when that blimp does come. But we got a big shot Danhausen, a little Danhausen follow-up right there. We also saw this week, not a surprise, but a surprise at the same time. We saw them at Toy Fair. Well, they officially went up for pre-order. I thought these were going to be an in-stock drop, but they're shipping in June, just in time for my birthday, Todd McFarlane. It is those 2 young gentlemen known as the Outrunners. I am extremely excited to get those ones. I'm going back and forth. I still haven't put my order in. Do I get 2 sets of these? Do I display the different looks with the different heads, the different hands, shirts on, shirts off? Do I go that extra step there? These are my kind of guys, so I feel like I have to. Those look really good. And then their tag partner, their 6-man partner, we did see Dalton Castle. Finally getting a figure. You know, we had one from FTC once upon a time, but we're getting Dalton Castle. Head sculpt looks a little rough, but as we always say, wait till we see it in hand here. That's at least what I'm going to do. But I do like the accessories. I do like the loadout. I do like the looks of that one. So very fun to get these here. As I've continuously said on the channel, AEW isn't totally done. When I say AEW, I mean AEW Jazwares. We still got Darby Allin around the corner, Tanahashi. We got Mark Sterling coming. We got the latest unmatched wave. I wouldn't be shocked to see some more stuff. Prince Nana Swerve 2-pack, maybe a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It's not dead in the water yet until they say officially it's dead in the water. Obviously, Toy Fair, there was a lot of things coming out of that. We'll see where it goes. You know, contracts take some time. You never know where, until it's over, it's not over. There's always that Hail Mary. There's always a chance where AEW or Jazwares says, you know what, maybe we do this. Okay, we'll agree to that. So it's not over till it's over, but I think we all agree it's slowed down, which isn't always a bad thing too. Sometimes you got to slow down and reassess the situation. And if they do stay with Jazwares, I don't expect to get the amount of product out at retail that we've gotten over the last couple of years. I think the Vault, the Ringside Collectible exclusives, and dabblings here and there at retail is probably the best we would get. But I wouldn't be shocked to see a Super 7 of the world try to jump into the market. Ringside Collectibles with their new toy line, they could jump into the market. And who knows, Todd McFarlane, you might throw a Hail Mary out there as well. Todd's always said anti-wrestling, but you might change your mind because we know, follow the money, Todd McFarlane. We know how that goes. So we'll see where the Jazwares line goes, where AEW line goes here in the future. But we got a few you can pre-order right now over there at Jazwares Vault. We did see a little Easter egg in the background, and I am filming this right now before Ringside has a live event later this afternoon. When I'm sitting in the Taxman office, they'll be doing that. But maybe I'll do a whoa, 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 stop the clock later in this video if I need to. But we did see this week in the back there a little Ringside Unsanctioned Classic Superstar, I assume. You know what happens when we assume, Todd McFarlane? Sabu. So Sabu makes sense. They had him in the Bell to Bell collection. Why wouldn't they put him in here? I think just the other day, it was maybe my Zombie Sailor Toy Sabu unboxing I did, say, man, I hope somebody makes one. We got that one Cello one once upon a time. Let's get a good Sabu. Well, we might have that coming from Ringside very soon. And we know Ringside so far, they've liked their variants and their alternate gears. We've had 3 Joe Hendrys so far, 2 Legion of Doom, 2 Demolitions. I'm sure Sabu could get a different, maybe a different headdress, maybe a soft goods and a plastic headdress. Maybe they can make differences there. And then, of course, the Genie pants could be different colors. So we'll see where that ends up going. But I'm excited for Sam Sabu. I'm excited for Ringside and the more figures they can do. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if we don't see an announcement around WrestleMania timeframe. I have to imagine they're going to try to do Macho Man. It just feels like it fits. All these third-party companies doing Macho Man. Ringside could swoop in there and do a very good Macho Man. I could see that as a possibility. I guess we'll wait and see what happens here sooner rather than later. Who knows, at that Ringside event today, maybe they announced that. I wouldn't think so, but you never know. I wouldn't think so because they have the Mattel team there. So you wouldn't think so, but you never know once again. So there we go. We did see a little Big Rubber Guy news this week. I guess the big event, which I want to say is the 21st of March. Correct me if I'm wrong, Todd McFarlane, or don't. We'll just go with it. We got Rick the Model Martel. We got another version of Rick with the fixed glasses. I was at the camp that didn't really like the glasses before. I understood what they were trying to go for, but it just didn't work for me. They're righting that wrong, I guess, if you want to say that, with an alternate version of Rick Martel. I think either way, they would put this Rick Martel out because Rick Martel is going to sell some units, and it makes sense. Get the most out of your contracts, get the most out of your molds. So we got that one coming around the corner. I hope they have some on the set, on the site after the show, because guess what? I'm not going to be at the big event to pick one of these up, but I would love to have this Rick Martel in my collection. We also saw Nerd's Closet. We touched on it last week, but we got the 2 versions of the Macho Man 2-pack coming here. The old Cream of the Crop edition. They did add a shirt this week to that, so you can get a little shirt action with it, kind of fueled on Dunkin' Donuts. And I've never been to Dunkin' Donuts. Never went there once in my life. Can you believe it? I'm just not a donut guy, Todd McFarlane. I'm definitely not a coffee guy. I don't need coffee. I'm jacked up on life. I don't need coffee to get me wired. So we got Nerd's Closet coming in very hot. A lot of stuff from Nerd's Closet. We should have a lot of unboxings here in the next couple of weeks from Nerd's Closet as well. Can't wait to dive into some of that latest 2-packs from them. We saw our friends over there at KWK, always turning and burning, always a lot of stuff going on. We got Shelton Benjamin. There's 3 different editions of him up for pre-order this month here. We also got the, of course, Club KWK exclusives. I got my collar on, so I'm welcome in the club. But you could get the Mario Mancini and the Laredo Kid. Both of those dwindling down. Very few units remain. So speak now or forever hold your peace if you're after those. head over to Shop KWK for all your KWK needs, as we do know. We also got a little update on one I'm very excited for, the Dory Funk Jr. You know me, I'm a Funk family guy. I'm very excited about Dory Funk Jr. in my collection. Apparently, there's been some expense, some added expense that the KWK team is eating. Sounds like they've been breaking even, or they're going to break even on this Dory Funk Jr. I can tell you, putting a business hat on, nobody's in the break-even business. That doesn't move the needle. Yes, you didn't lose any money, but that means you didn't make anybody. Nobody wants to break even. That's not a good word. I have to say that in my day job every single day, Tom McFarlane. Break even's not good enough, folks. It's not a nonprofit here. So we'll see how that goes. A money loser is never a good thing, or a break even is never a good thing. But if it moves the brand along and gets more sales the next month, it will be worth something. So very excited for Dory Funk in my collection. Can't wait to see that one sooner rather than later. We also saw Mitch over there, of course, Grapplers and Gimmicks in the Regium line. We saw Grapplers and Gimmicks. We saw a little prototype of one Brooklyn Brawler. So Brooklyn Brawler around the corner here. 80s staple in the WWF TV. We also saw Wildman Mark Marrow coming to the Regium line. So going to be great. Mark Marrow's a figure, be it Johnny B. Bad, the Wildman, whatever you want to say. Really, we wish we had an Elite of or something. The Regium will do for now, for sure. So we got that coming around the corner. We've seen Raven. We've seen Ahmed Johnson. There's a lot going on. Obviously, the Godwins as well. A lot going on in that Regium line. So the Wildman Mark Marrow coming probably later this year, I'd have to imagine. We also saw this week Pro Wrestling Tees. I didn't know they stopped this promotion, but it apparently is back up. You can get your own micro brawler made. You want to make a micro brawler? You can order like 500 or 1,000. You can get a chase, no chase. Choose your own micro brawler adventure. Very good for wrestlers for their merch table. Very great for promotional purposes. I could see somebody that's not even into wrestling that wants a little figure to sell. Maybe they got a podcast about aliens or something. Who knows what they got going on? You could do that. This would be a great promotional item if that is possible. I would love to do this. I don't know if, though, I'm just not a gambler by nature, but I think this would be fun to do. I don't know. Do we do them? Do we make them, Todd? Todd, you're going to fund it? Well, I'm going to talk offline with my friend Todd. Todd, you got the money to fund it. We were just talking about all that money you had in the couch cushions over there. Maybe Todd will fund a micro brawler for me. We'll see what ends up happening. But a cool idea if you're a wrestler or somebody else, you want a micro brawler, look into that, I would say. Some gloom and doom news here from Epic Toys, and that is unfortunate business here, but I've been waiting, like a lot of people are. Where's my Killer Bees? Where's my Islanders? Apparently they had shipping issues. I don't know if the tariffs were involved, Todd McFarlane. The tariffs involved. Some shipping issues, whatever it is. Apparently they're shipping back overseas to ship again. That can't be cheap. I'm sure that's not good. That's going to hurt that bottom line. Make it closer to a break even or a money loss is what I would imagine. But hopefully we get these figures sooner rather than later. Disappointing for everybody, including Epic Toys, I have to imagine. So we'll wait and see what happens there. This week, we've been following it the last couple of weeks. Crazy business practice here with the Title Run Toys. Jumping Bomb Angels in stock, and here we are 3 weeks later. Still no Jumping Bomb Angels. I understood what happened. They sent a nice note of apology out there, so I do appreciate that. But at the end of the day, you got to say, hey, I don't have it in stock yet. Here it is. That's what they needed to do. We'll see. Will we get those next week? No, we'll see what happens there. How about one I've been complaining about for quite a few weeks as of late? It's the Pinnacle Collection. It's been no news, no nothing. Well, this week, people started getting their shipping notices for the Pinnacle Collection. So kudos to getting that one out there. Would have been nice if we could have had some communication, but we do know they are coming. I did get my tracking. It has not updated in 5 days, though, so I don't know when I'm going to get it. Probably sometime next week, I would have to imagine, and we will unbox them on the channel when that day comes. But very excited to check out the Pinnacle. We need figures like this. Cannot wait to see what these guys are like. But we still have no update on the Road Warriors, who were supposed to be end of January, February. It's been silence on those, so maybe those will ship next week. Once the Pinnacle are done shipping, I don't know, but a little bit of communication is all we need on these kind of things, as we do know. But speaking of great communication, it's that time of the week, Todd McFarlane. It's time for the Powertown Update.
Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering?
All right, it's time for the Powertown Update. Did you guys catch last week's update? That was a pretty popular one, as I did do some investigative journalism, and I think it's worth a revisit, Todd McFarlane, as I did investigate some live looks in and outside of the Powertown warehouse. And let's just roll the tape and you'll see what the Powertown team has been dealing with. absolutely crazy. Can you believe that? That Powertown warehouse, what the heck are they doing over there? But unfortunately, they're not working very hard. They're trying to get fingers sewn back up, getting their wheelchairs ready, their mobile scooters. Yep, you're right, Todd McFarlane, as a lot of these guys are injured. That explains a lot of the delays, I have to imagine. But unfortunately, nothing this week from Powertown. The website kind of went down or partially went down, and then it went back up. There was a post on there about like your DVDs, like, I don't know what's going on with this website. It's weird as there's been like 4 or 5 malfunctions over the last year, which normally nobody would care about if they were shipping figures, but that is news because there's no news on Powertown. So when the website changes or something happens, that is news. And they took down the pre-order status for a while, then it went back up to that March 5th thing. Very strange. I don't know what goes on with that website. How do they pay that website? I'm sure they pay by a year or whatever. There was a lot of rumors. Now, I haven't looked into this. I don't even know where to go, and I don't have the time to invest, but a lot of their trademarks were ending around right now. So I don't know what that's going to affect for the business. You'd have to think they wouldn't be paying for some trademarks if they don't plan to use them in the future. If somebody's deeper into that, they kind of look into the Boomerang, the Remcos, the Ultras, all that kind of stuff. Are they keeping the trademark? That would tell you a lot about the future of the company. And for somebody to swoop in and get that trademark, who knows? Maybe the Collect Major guys want to swoop in and they'll get that Remco line. I don't know. I mean, not the line, but the name. Stranger things have happened, of course, but the website up and down, up and down. But I did try to get a hold of Steve Rosenthal this week, and actually his wife, his dear old wife, Todd, you got a wife too. So do I guess. A wives club is what this is. But his wife said he was way too busy. And she's like, well, I'll tell you, Kyle, you're not going to believe why he's busy. And it goes with green St. Patrick's Day, too. But they did send me a video of what Steve's been up to. She said, unfortunately, this last year, and this is all from his wife, so it could be a game of telephone here. But Steve's wife was telling me he has been very busy, but he's been doing things outside of Powertown. And I'm like, no way, you got to be kidding me. I can't believe it. But yes, he's been working outside of Powertown. And you know what he's been doing, Todd? And I got video to prove this here. He's been working on domesticating a snapping turtle.
Bet.
Okay, you non-believers, what about this? Can you give him a big smile, Snappy? Attaboy, he's a good boy. Now what do you think, folks? You think I got a friendly turtle or what? He's just a good boy. Loves to be petted and held, just like I told you. Old lion.
That's a wild video. First off, how do you domesticate a snapping turtle? He could have took his hand off with one little bite, but Steve has his priorities in order, and it is to domesticate a snapping turtle around the house, and he's very proud of that turtle. It's a little snappy. He should be. So shout out to Steve getting things done, doing the Lord's work over there, and we'll talk about that a little bit later too. Doing the Lord's work over there, getting that snapping turtle domesticated, because that's what we needed, a domesticated snapping turtle for the world. Who cares about those figures? I guess Powertown doesn't apparently at this point. So that is the Powertown update, but as our friend Jerry Reed always says,
when you hot, do you know your part? When you're hot, that's right. And when you're hot, I say we're got 8 hours ready to go, and a short time.
We're going to bring the toy news of the week home with a little bit of non-wrestling action figure news this week. How about a little Masters of the Universe Origins? I don't know. I think it's called Origins, but it is the 2000X series. We saw Roboto, Tila, Orko, and Merman. We knew these were coming. Looks to be the next line from this set. I've been enjoying this set except for the quality issues. What the heck are we doing, Mattel? Maybe next week I'll visit with that Masters team and see what's going on with that. We'll see what they have to say. See if they'll let me in that room. I don't know. You know, I'm a wild card. We all know this. But Masters 2000X, unfortunately, the images look very CGI-like. And I swear I saw some of these. I remember seeing Roboto at San Diego Comic-Con. So I think we've seen live versions of these, but these look computer-made. I wouldn't say AI, but either way, these are coming here representing the 2000X line. I'm here for that. Moving over to our friend Mondo, and I guess I should say, it wasn't in my notes, Todd, but I'm going to put it out there. I think you got maybe a day or two left to pre-order that Triclops from Mondo if you're looking for some Masters of the Universe. So get after that if that is your thing. But Mondo this week, part of their Spider-Man animated series line, put out Daredevil. Now, Daredevil in, to me, not his classic suit. I always think of the red like most people probably do, but they got the old school Daredevil suit here in the yellow, the mustard Daredevil. So if you're after that, I think it's only 250 of these. So if you need that in your collection, get after it. You know there's going to be a repaint of this. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how it goes. But if you're after that, better head over to Mondo's website. I talked about Marvel Legends earlier with the Collector Con around the corner. They are not going to be part of Collector Con, apparently, which saves us a little bit of money on our wallet. And I missed that Bullseye Muse pack. I hope that goes back up on Hasbro Pulse. I was in a meeting all day. I missed that, and it's grinding my gears. I've been hoping it would go back in stock. We'll see what happens. But it looks like next week they're going to put up for pre-order a set that doesn't make me wild. I don't know about you, Todd. I don't know why I defer to you. You're pretty mad at Marvel still, I think, is what you were telling me the other day. With you losing the DC line and your fallout with Marvel once upon a time. Todd making enemies, but you always got a friend here and here, Todd. You never forget that over there. But we did see Quicksilver Black Widow 2-pack around the corner. Images or versions of them that I'm not super familiar with. Is what it is. If you want it, pick it up. We did see one I was going to say I'm excited about, but middle of the road about. It feels like it's a way to delay releasing named characters in the G.I. Joe Classified line, but it is a 2-pack. The Rat Ramp 2-pack, ketchup and mustard once again. A little yin and yang, I guess, but you can use these for your Rattler if you want to, or whatever you want to do. Army Builder Troop Pack, whatever you want to call it. That is coming. A way to continue the line without giving us some names to get some extra sales. Makes sense. I'm not totally against it, but I'm also not like, oh my gosh, get me that, like I would be about Globulus or something like that. But we do got the Rat Trap 2-pack around the corner. We also saw from Super 7, and it's crazy, and I'm not calling anybody specifically out in my videos here, but I post a lot of review videos on the channel. Most know that, and most know Patreon gets these videos months, years, weeks, days early, depending on the video. And I did unbox the Super 7 Papa Ghost version 5 this week on the channel. And then I posted it on Wednesday. Like clockwork, at the same time, Super 7 did announce their new upcoming Super 7 Ultimate Papa figure with the bat wings. Don't get the bat wings out. Don't get them out, Todd. They announced that literally at the same time that video went live. Now, it was early for Patreon YouTube channel members, of course. And in that video, I said, where are they going next for Ghost? Ghost is taking a bit of a hiatus. Will we have a little bit of a lull in figures? Will they be done with figures? And then, of course, they announced that at the same time. So people in the comments are saying, well, they announced today. What are you talking about? Well, I don't do the videos live, unfortunately. I wish what you're watching right now was live, but unfortunately, I can't do that. I never know what my schedule is going to be, so I can't do it live. So you got to remember that, and you got to remember the videos go up early on Patreon. So it was news when it happened, folks. So there it is. But we do got the Batwing version. Once again, no Batwings, Todd. We've seen them enough. We got that coming. Get your pre-order in. A pricey piece as usual, but fun if you're collecting the Ghost line from Super 7 and their Ultimate line. And now we're going to finish it off with our friend Todd from the couch. And Todd, you were quiet the last couple of weeks, but this week you came out with some new Batman figures. Surprise, surprise. We're going to see a lot more Batman. You'll see a lot more re-releases. You'll see a lot of stuff as the line winds down because you got to get every dollar they possibly can. But apparently hitting Walmart stores right now, up for pre-order at Amazon and other places. You'll have them at Jay's eventually. That's where I'm probably going to wait to get them from. But we did see Batman Justice League, basically a repaint from that video game wave is what it looks like to me. We saw Batman Hush Part 2. I'm still stuck on Hush Part 1, Todd. We got Hush Part 2. And then, we're going to do the Lord's work. Once again, we said we were going to do it later. The second most famous person from Bethlehem, I think, was Batman Bethlehem Edition. I think he's the second most favorite from Bethlehem. You're saying he's the first most famous person from Bethlehem, Batman. Now, once upon a time, that got John Lennon and the Beatles canceled. So be careful what you're saying over there, Todd McFarlane. But we do got the Batman from Bethlehem, apparently. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about. But I heard he was a carpenter, too. So I don't know, 2 and 2 together, I'm not sure, but we got a couple of Batman around the corner here, maybe in your market already, depending. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll see what else happens with McFarlane here, as once again, as I'm filming this, or I'm filming this now, but later today, McFarlane is doing a live stream video over there. They always do a good job with those. They're going to recap Toy Fair, so they're going to talk about some stuff. Now, we do know there's a lot of hockey stuff and Q-Figs and stuff I don't necessarily follow or know anything about. But if there's some news, maybe we'll add that to the old whoa, 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 stop the clock that you maybe already saw. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. We thought it was coming. It came late, but I did finally watch the McFarlane Toys live stream. Todd, you and the boys knocking it out. Is this the last hurrah for DC Multiverse? I don't think so. We got more to get to here, but we got a lot of DC Multiverse to add on to this very video. So I guess let's just start it off. And we got a few other asterisks to put in this video as well. But we'll start it off with Superman Brandon Routh. Superman from right up the road from me. Yep, he lived not too far from me once upon a time. So Brandon Routh, Superman here to go with the Christopher Reeve Superman. So a lot of people go after this one here. I'll pick that one up, I think. We did see Teen Titans Robin looking good. They had that thing posed beautifully with that soft goods cape and the wire. Oh, Todd playing all the hits with that one. We saw OMAC, and whenever I hear OMAC, I think of the Lost Cities of Gold. That's a real one cartoon back in the day. But we did see OMAC involved there. We did see JSA Starman looking pretty good. Basic figure in a lot of ways. Almost looks like a Constantine reuse. It very well could be. We saw the Bronze Tiger, not to be confused, of course, with Black Tiger, the Y&T song back in the day. Summertime Girls, am I right? Shout out to Y&T. But we got Bronze Tiger coming along. We got Gangbuster, and he's going to be going like gangbusters. I can feel it in my heart, and my soul, and my mind. Yep, there you go. But Gangbuster's coming. Lara Fleas. I'm not familiar with him, but a crazy-looking lantern-type character. I'm here for that. We saw Deadman Batman, another one I'm not familiar with, but I do love the Deadman character, so you add it with a little Batman. I'm here for that, and that figure I think looks really, really good. We saw Batman Dark Knight, a new rendition of the Dark Knight. We've had many, as we know, over the years. Got another one coming here. We also saw a Superman Mongol 2-pack. I love that Superman in that black suit, though. So iconic back in the Death of Superman time frame. Mongol we've already had, but I guess he's back for a return visit here. And he's got a shiny new colors, shiny new suit going on. So we'll see that one. We saw Batman from Injustice. I think the color pattern on this one looks really good. So that one's up for pre-order. We also saw the Batman White Lantern edition. I guess another one to add to your lantern shelf if you want to. Looking good in the all white, though. No doubt about it. We saw Lobo, no stranger to the DC Multiverse line. Let's be honest, Todd. The first one, hot garbage. The second one that came with the bike was pretty good. It came with 2 heads, so we could use one of those heads for the old one. Todd always thinking over there from the couch as well. Not sure what's different on this Lobo. I'd have to compare it to that last one. But Lobo going to be an even more popular character, I think, after this summer with the Supergirl movie. And oh, segue, yep, Supergirl. We got her coming from DC McFarlane as well. They showed that one off today. Black Canary with real stockings. You know I love my ladies with some stockings. And she's got the real ones here. They're not painted on. It's the real deal on the Black Canary. Maybe my figure of the year, and I say that every once in a while, Todd, but I love a cowboy. You know me, I love a little Western wear. We got Vigilante, and he's coming out all guns blazing like a young Rob Halford once upon a time. That Vigilante looks really, really good. I can't wait to pick that one up in the collection. And then we saw Freddie Freeman's Shazam looking pretty good as well for your Shazam shelf. And yep, that's what Gomer Pyle says. You're exactly right, DC. Multiverse Todd McFarlane from the couch. We're here for that. And then 2 asterisks to add to the list here that came in. We did see Gangrel Regium edition from, of course, Grapplers and Gimmicks Hastel Toys. So we have the Regium Gangrel. We knew it was coming. We got a little updated look here. On top of the Mark Merrow we already did talk about. And then last but certainly not least, but as I'm filming this, it is Friday the 13th, and you got to have a little Jason Voorhees news. We unboxed 2 different Jason Voorhees figures on Friday the 13th, one on this channel, one on Kyle Peterson 2.0. Make sure you subscribe to both of them. I know you guys already have, I'm sure. But we did see Jason Part 8 Video Game Edition. That's how you dance around some legalities. So we did see that coming. So very excited for another Jason figure. Been unboxing a lot of Jasons over the last year or so, and we're going to have another one here. I think there's another Friday the 13th coming. Is it like in October, November? What is time? December? Something like that. So I guess maybe we'll have some more unboxings. I still got that play set over there I got to get to. Maybe we'll save it, maybe we won't. We'll see what ends up happening. But check out the Jason reviews on the channel just yesterday. Check out the new one upcoming here from NECA for pre-order very, very soon. And that is the Whoa, 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 Stop the Clock update. Who knows? Who knows? But there it is. That's Todd McFarlane, and that is the toy news. A busy, busy week this week in the toy news. Next week going to be equally as busy with Mattel Creations revealed. Once again, check me out. I will be out there from California, boots on the ground, living that California life. Probably go get my pump on out there at Venice Beach. Maybe go down to the Sunset Strip, see what's going on with that. Got to hit the Rainbow, of course. Maybe take in the whiskey, maybe the Viper Room while I'm out there. You know, the usual haunts, and we'll see. We'll see what goes on. You never know what I might get up to out in LA. Maybe we'll do a little vlog out there. Should we do some of that kind of action? Maybe we'll do some of that. You never know. There's a lot to come, a lot going on the channel as we're gearing up to the 300th edition of the Toy News, 6-year anniversary of the channel. We just did the 1-year anniversary of the podcast. Will be here in like 2 weeks as well. There's a lot going on in March. I keep forgetting both of my books, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Maker Series, both anniversaries here 2-year and 1-year anniversary in March. So a lot of stuff to celebrate here in March around this very YouTube channel. And we got St. Patrick's Day in a couple of days. So get your green beer and your corned beef and your sauerkraut and your hash and whatever else those St. Patrick's people do. Better reach out to Hornswoggle. Maybe he'll know a little bit more about it. But there it is. That is the toy news. What are you excited for? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Yes, Todd, we'll go to In-N-Out. If you're there, I'll take you to In-N-Out. You know I'm good at the In-N-Out game. We'll go to In-N-Out maybe too. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm not a big fan, but I'll go, whatever. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to both of my YouTube channels. Check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found. Videocast on YouTube. So for another week of the toy news, you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way to California.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?